I wanted to break into your life for just a moment because I've had a lot of people ask, how much does it take to actually invest in the markets? Well, let's make things very straight. First of all, your first investment is in your education, period. Without education, you will give away whatever money you have. You will give it into the ruthless market predators that are out there, period. Without education, you're going to give your money away. So you can do it one of two ways. You either get educated and then you go make money, or save money on education. Go give your money away. Then come back and get education, and in round two, make money. It's the only two ways to do it. So number one, your most lucrative investment you can possibly make is to get a good education. And I recommend that you put the heat to your mentor and make them produce results. Make them show you that their trading system and their education works for them and works for others. Any testimonials out there? Can they show you anything? Because there's a ton of guys out there. I mean, they're a dime a dozen who will teach you the basic concepts of trading and investing, but those concepts are only 35, 40, 45% successful, which is not enough to make money long-term in the markets. So put the heat down and make sure that your mentor, your educator, can prove that their system works. So that if you invest your hard-earned money, your hard-earned time, and on your talent, that you're not disappointed at the end by losing the money that you invested doing what they told you to do. Very, very important. Number one, primary. Your education is your primary investment. Number two, if you want to invest after you pay for education, I paid $25,000 for my first education. Most of it was marginal. I was fortunate enough to sit down for 3 days with a top educator mentor who taught me the 3 days I needed out of all of that education I bought, fortunately for me. But you don't need to spend $25,000. When you put that first education money into you and you begin to change the way you think, remember, you're a good person and you want to think good thoughts. And you believe that normally a business deal should be win-win, right? There is no such thing as win-win in the markets. Market trading is war. No less, no more. Period. There's predators and there's the bait. You're either the predator or you're the bait. And predators in these markets are big. They're big sharks, baby, and they eat a lot of bait. In other words, 9 out of 10 people who trade and invest in the markets will never make money in the markets. Why? Because the big predator eats the 9. And then there's only 10% left, which are the predators. You're either going to become the bait or you're going to become the predator. And so I teach predators where they're hanging out, where they're hiding, and when they attack. Most people don't have a clue. And so they end up giving their lives to the predator. Just like a little seal who went out to get himself a sardine and he ended up in the mouth of a shark. That is how market trading works in the real world. So now your primary investment is in you to keep you safe, to keep you alive, and to keep you on the right side of the markets, to change your mind, to change your viewpoint, to take you from the business world of win-win to where you understand it's win-lose. Every trade, there is a winner and there's a loser. One guy buys it because he thinks it's going up, and the next guy sells it to him because he thinks it's done going up and it's going to go down. One will win and one will lose. Well, how much money do I need? Okay, you're going to buy your education, find your educator, pay the fee. The Bible says, though wisdom costs everything you have, get it, because it's far more valuable than diamonds, gold, silver, rubies, precious stones. When you get the wisdom put in here, you never have to worry again about how to multiply your money, your time, your talent, your family, your future. If you don't buy the wisdom, and wisdom is never available for free, what you get for free will end up giving you basically nothing. Free things come to entice you in to buy. Just buy it. Don't go the poverty route. Don't skim on this. Buy the wisdom, get it imparted into you, and you'll be good to go. Then, with that wisdom, I don't care if you've got 50 bucks or 50,000 or 50 million. If you got 50 bucks, let's go out to the crypto world and we'll buy some cryptos that are going up like crazy. And you can turn your 50 into 100, turn your 100 into 200, 200 into 4, and onward like that. If you have $5,000, you can step in basically to the stock market. You know, stocks are costs anywhere from $5 to $500 per share. So if you want to buy 10 shares of a $500 stock, you need $5,000. And once you make that one purchase, you're done until it makes a move. So you want to make purchases. You don't ever want to risk everything on one purchase. So $5,000 really is a mini stock account for smaller stocks. We can find the moves and we can find all of the opportunities in any stock, any price, any time frame. No doubt that this is the way it works. Once you begin to build, if you want to trade stocks for a living, or you want to take your retirement and you want to double it over the next year, you're going to have to go to work and you're going to have some cash. You're not going to make $100,000 on a $5,000 account. It's not going to happen, at least not in the beginning. Now, there are times when markets crash and when markets rocket that you can make that kind of money, but it's not. You can't depend on it. You can't step back and say, "I believe I'm going to pay the bills on this coming month's market," because we don't know what the market's going to do. It could just go flat. Nothing happens. It could go up, down, flat. We wait on the market for the moves that present themselves. Just kind of like a predator sits back in the weeds and waits for the little seal to come to him, right? So with that, $5,000 really starts you out. If you got $50 or $100, you can trade with that. Primary investment in your education. Secondary investment, start putting cash into things that you see are ready to go up. Or if you understand how to short the market, you can make more money when the market is actually going down if you know how to short the market. That means you can sell it with the promise to buy it back lower later. We'll teach you that. It's not hard to learn. Number 3, once you become faithful and you become a student of the system that you've learned, whether it's mine or any other system, and you become consistently profitable, you qualify yourself to use leverage. Now, leverage can be used against you or for you, and if you're good and if you're consistent, leverage will work in your favor. But if you are a gambler, if you're an aholic, right? A gambleaholic, you know, I just got to get out there and trade. I'm impatient. I just want to do it. Never ever use leverage because it will whip you fast. It'll take a loss and turn it into a tragedy. But if you're good with leverage, you can step out in my favorite trading environment, which is called the emini futures contracts. These are high leverage. Now, this is where I can take about $50, and I can, with $50 risk, I can control about $120,000 worth of stock. One guy puts in $120,000, and if that stock goes up 5 points in the S&P 500, he makes $250. That's awesome. $120,000, he makes $250 in one move, 5 points. That could happen in 5 minutes. But if I put 50 out there with high leverage, I risk 50. Cost me $500 in my account. I got to have $500 in the account. But if I risk 50, and if it goes my way, I can make $250 on that $500 account, risking $50. Now, you'd better be good. You'd better be precise. You'd better be a rule follower. of the system that trains you. But these are the capacities of market trading when you get good and you become professional. All the windows and all the doors open. So I want to encourage you with that. Number one, get busy. You got to spend less than you're making. And you got to save some back for investment for the future. If you're the kind of person that's living on the edge, credit card, and you spend $1.10 for every dollar that you make, you're never going to be an investor. You're never going to be a market trader. You're never going to own businesses and have multiple streams of income. It's not going to happen. You must reduce your outflow and, if you can, increase the inflow and hold on to a portion of what you make every month so that you have investment capital that you can begin to multiply. Well, I hope that's helped now. Remember, with a few hundred after you're educated, you can get involved in a stock or in some cryptos, something small. With $5,000, you can get busy in a stock trading account, and when you get good, $5,000 will start you out in an emini futures account where the benefits and the blessings are unbelievable and amazing. But that's using leverage, and you had better understand, respect, and use leverage correctly before you ever step out and actually start trading with it. I hope this has helped. Blessings to you.